This is a reading for Geminis. Hey Gemini, it is Aries season, and I'm going to be checking in with your energy. You still have Jupiter in your sign, so wherever you have Jupiter in your natal chart, wherever you have Gemini in your natal chart, if it's your rising sign, it'll be your first house. So you need to find out what house it's in and look at this perception, like the third house ruled by Gemini. It's all about perception. So, in liberation, let's see what perception has to say for you, Gemini, at this time. Gemini placements, like I was saying, wherever you have Gemini in your natal chart, it's really important to check that which house that's in, so you can see where Jupiter's benefits are occurring at this time. Imagine yourself walking with a friend in a beautiful, luxurious park and coming across a captivating tree. You might think, what a marvelous tree filled with a vast array of colors. Meanwhile, your friend finds it unremarkable and comments on its scrawny branches and lackluster shades. The truth is that the tree is neither marvelous nor lackluster, it just is. In that state of being, it is perfect in itself, yet we project our own perspectives onto what we think it is. We tend to do this every day with everything, every encounter, almost every moment, as our judgment casts a mirage onto the images we process with our vision and inner landscape. When you pull perception, it's important to notice how you may be doing this with the current, with the current situation you're facing, and how you can alter the way you are looking at what's in front of you. Whatever difficult transition, challenge, or moment in time you are experiencing right now, you can say, I am willing to see this differently. And you can, without using force, open your mind to see what shifts in perceptions may occur and how you can recalibrate your focus through this simple alignment of vision and intention. Perception is not reality, but rather our projection onto reality. So the mantra here is, I see what I wish to see, and these visions empower me to create my own reality. I understand that projection is an illusion, and I free myself from poisonous thoughts. I use my mind's eye to create magical potions of awareness that remind me of my inner power and clear away all toxic mirages. Wow, that was a lot to say. But so Gemini, this is what you've got for this time frame. Is at this time in your journeys, perception is being called into form, and so your superpower is your focus, Gemini, and you being very conscious of your mental constraint and mental concepts and the vast array of your brain power. It's magnificent, truly. So I know personally that Gemini has a very strong mind power. If you choose to use it to your benefit, it really can work magic for you. Now I'm going to pull a 10-card Celtic cross for you, Gemini, and get an idea of the situation for you. Show me for the Geminis that this reading is for. 10 cards. Show me for Geminis, please, and thank you. Thank you. So you're coming in as the Knight of Cups. Your challenge position is the Page of Wands. Page of Wands are all about new. Okay, so that did come out, but this did not. Well, they're telling me to take that. One that flew over here, take that. Okay. And then this one, of course. Star card. So let's see. So Star, 9 of Wands, 7 of Swords. Then we've got the High Priestess here. All right, let's continue. Gemini. Show me for the Geminis, please, for this reading. Excuse me. Thank you. 8 of Wands. 4 of Swords. 5 of Cups. And it's like the potential outcome doesn't want to be. Oh, the Hierophant. Taurus energy. Okay, so immediately when I saw the Hierophant, I immediately began to think about your belief structures. The Hierophant represents traditions, and I am so sorry. Every time I do cards and readings for people, I literally have to clear my throat like 90 times while I'm doing it. It's something to do with my throat chakra and uh, the messages that I'm getting. So forgive me. I know it might be annoying. I hope not. Okay, bottom of the deck is the Seven of Cups. So this card represents muddled thinking, having too many opportunities, having too many options, so that you are lost in confusion and don't know which one to take. So there's like this anxiety and pressure that is building. That's the overall energy. And with perception coming out for you, and then this Hierophant at your as your potential outcome, is I can see that there's a journey here that the universe is guiding you to take that will change your belief structures within yourself. Okay, Knight of Cups. This is a very valiant energy. It's this is how you're coming in, Gemini. So right now you're very sweet, you're very affectionate, you're feeling giddy. You've got a great imagination. You're able to vividly recall dreams at this time. You're feeling really innocent and fun and playful with others. The Page of Wands as your challenge position, this is telling me that there's something that is new that represents all things fiery, Aries, Leo, Sag. Very it's like a wonderment, it's an innocence with the world itself. It's a childlike excitement. And there's something to do with the beginning, because pages represent beginnings, knights represent messages, communications. Sometimes the Page of Wands can also be some messages coming in towards you. So you might be receiving some forms of communication that are challenging you. That could very well be it for some of you, because I just got that feeling where that was absolutely correct for a lot of you. It's the communication that's incoming towards you that is challenging you. I don't know why yet. The Star as your foundation. This is all about, it's Aquarius energy, major arcana for Aquarius, and it's the number 17 in the major arcana, which is net 8. Now, the Star is about holding space for things, even in the lack of seeing them externally. Like there's no proof at all visually, but we're still believing and keeping the faith and not doubting it. That's what this card represents. And healing. And just basking in this beautiful water. Water is such a wisdom keeper. And it's so life-giving and nourishing. Aquarius is an air sign, though. So this energy is like you, air. And then 2 fires. So then we move on to another fire energy, which is your crowning position, which is telling me that 9 of Wands, you're very forlorn mentally. You're feeling jaded. You're feeling defensive. You're feeling the need to keep up guard in some token. And yeah, it does resonate with this challenge point being the Page of Wands, because you can see he's looking down. His face is very somber. These two have been through it. They're still holding in defensive mode, you know, forming some sort of shelter, a gate, you know, for protection. So this is in your mind conceptualization. So it feels like you're really run down mentally. And you're feeling, like I said, defensive, jaded. And this is probably a lot to do with the answers to why. In your recent past that's still influencing you is the 7 of Swords, another air energy, Aquarius. 7 of Swords is all about having a strategy, and it can be exhausting to constantly formulate your strategies regarding every situation and situationship and relationship and conversation and boss, employee, student, teacher, mother, daughter, father, son, sister, brother, boyfriend, girlfriend, relationship, person on the street, person serving my coffee, waitress, barkeep. All I know is that when you're constantly having to do and having to know and having to see how and the whys and the whats and the whens beforehand in your mind, it just leads you right into these places where you're walking right into trouble, because it provides so much anxiety to your mental state. It frazzles you out, and it tires you too quickly. Another energetic resonance with this card is that it could have to deal with sneaky behavior, being deceptive, sly, not on the up and up, keeping things from you. So this could either be self-imposed, or it could be outwardly experienced and personified by an actual air sign. Doesn't have to be. Or a person that is most definitely, now has been deceiving you and causing you great pains over it. Now that's just, you take whichever interpretation fits your particular experience, okay? It'll be different for everyone. High Priestess, this is your incoming energy, I might add, and this is Piscean, Cancerian moon energy. It's all about your subconscious and having a beautiful relationship with your instincts and your intuition. So instincts and intuition, that's what I always see when I look at this up here. This is for Roman numeral for the number 2, right? But for me personally, I see 2 eyes to remind me of instincts and intuition, because that is what this beautiful, mystical, feminine energy represents. The darkness, the feminine, the moon, the subconscious, dreams, the unseen, the connections to the occult and to mystery. So it's very deep and watery and beautiful energy. Now, another descriptive of you at this time, Geminis, is the 8 of Wands. So this is incredible because you're really setting your goals and you're putting out. This is an output card. Fast-paced energy. It's also can be a social media card. It can also represent ingoing and outgoing communications, but you're really like shooting your arrow here. You're seeing where you're wanting something, and you're going after it with brute force, and you've got your eye on a prize here. It's adventurous, fast-paced, sometimes impulsive energy. 8 of Wands. It's a Sagittarian energy. Then you add, excuse me, the foundation of your spread here is the Star, and then in your environment here is the 4 of Swords. So in your environment, the 4 of Swords represents a respite. So it's like a mental respite. They have returned from a battle or war, and so they were lucky enough to have their lives, and now they are laying down and they are recuperating mentally from what they had gone through. So this is finding reasons to be grateful. This is feeling that it's okay to let your mind rest, and really finding ways to be silent in the mind. So this is the foundation, and this is in your environment. So you are supported here in getting mental quiet and calming those energies and those nerves and those cells inside of you. This is aiding in your benefit to let your mind rest, because it is in its restful states that it gets its most important silent solutions. Now, the 5 of Cups tells me about your focus, your perception, right? Because in the 5 of Cups, somebody is very sorrowful. There's 3 cups spilled, 2 cups still full, and a beautiful river right there to the side of them. It's about where they're focusing. So this is a perception card. If they're looking at what's lost, what didn't work out, what hurt them, then that's where they're looking at, and that's what grows. Because where our attention goes, it grows. And what you think about, you bring about. Okay. So the more focus and attention, and remember, I told you at the beginning, focus is your superpower. Where you put your focus, that is a superpower because you are charging it, whatever it may be. So fix your gaze and look at the cups that are still full here. Fix your gaze and look at this beautiful river of life. Fix your gaze upon what you do have, what is still amazing, what is even better now having had this experience. Fix your gaze. And the Hierophant is all about tradition and what is passed on to other ones, what is learned, what is taught. It's mentor, student. It could also represent commitments, higher commitments in relationships. But for this reading, I'm really feeling that it's a belief structure that inherently was taken on by you throughout your conditioning, throughout your experience, is now being transformed here through life experiences and through faith and destiny and your ability to hear the universal messages and allow your mind the quiet time to connect to the universe and let your crown chakra receive the downloads that are coming in for you, and for you to fix your gaze and focus on the things that can grow. Keep the faith and don't be so put out by other people. You're going to have to somehow harden your beautiful inner sweetness. And what I mean by that is don't allow the outside world to pierce you in these sensitive, beautiful, emotional spots, because being too sensitive and allowing others that, I'm trying to find the word, allowing others to touch you in spaces that are so important and sensitive brings about your own downfall. So in protecting those parts of yourself through your faith, you establish unseen protections. You don't have to be so defensive and so on guard, because you'll have enacted the unseen on your behalf with your practices daily and what you do to aid in your connection to the divine. Okay, that's beautiful. Excuse me, sorry about my throat. I really am I'm annoyed by it. But let's see for Gemini. Whoa. Well, look at this immediately. It was like the first barely shuffle. So this is amazing. This is just what I was capitalizing on. This spiritual strength. Look at this. When I was just saying how you can formulate this unseen energy to protect you and encompass you. Look at this. And the divine has literally got their hands and they're holding up the obstacles while you're quietly, going within. And this is so perfect. It's so poignant. And choose wisely. Yes, we were just talking about this. Now this brings about that energy of the Seven of Cups where it's got all these options and such, but you will have such clarity on choices once you do just this. Once you allow the quietness to encompass your mind and you give yourself the mental respite, even if you begin at 2 minutes a day, 5 minutes a day, whatever, what have you, you will be really avoiding a lot of this deception and envy. Okay, and see how they're holding their head, and this was at the bottom of the deck when I just shuffled that one half time, and your messages came out immediately. So this is about in your past influencing you still, this deceptive energy, being deceived because somebody's envious, falling trap to that kind of energy because you didn't take the time to allow yourself the chance to be quiet inside of your mind. Now, Gemini, that's hard for a lot of us. And so I feel for you, but the universe is telling you here that if you do, it's only going to benefit you all that much more. Okay. So those are your messages here. And I truly, I love it. I stand behind it for you so much. So now I'm going to look into what's the tea. And this is kind of like the grittier part of the reading, you know, like more mundane, less kind of spiritually philosophical. So take what resonates. Show me for the Geminis for this reading, please. Okay, so we've got water sign here, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. We've got gambling and narcissist. There's a problem with an addiction or gambling and bad finances, or somebody is too full of themselves here with narcissistic behaviors. Ooh, a lost loved one watches over you. That's beautiful. Thank you for that. And manifest. Tell the universe exactly what you want. So again, with the attention to what you're bringing about with your beliefs and your words and your intentions, okay? Some of you may be traveling soon. That just came out for a few of you. I miss you. And mirroring. Okay, so there's somebody that you miss or misses you. Heartbreak at the bottom of this, that you've experienced heartbreak with. Possibly the two of you are very close. There was some mirroring. You know, you're projecting onto one another, like that perception in the beginning of the reading. You were projecting onto them, they were projecting onto you, and you were mirroring one another. They could miss you or you miss them. There was heartbreak involved with this relationship, and there's been illumination now, truth, discovery, and awakening. So yeah, that's beautiful. You're being illuminated here. You're being opened, and you're getting clarity on certain aspects of relationships, certain things that went the way they did because of the way the underhanded motives were for some. Impersonator. So you have somebody that wants to be like you. They act like you, dress like you, they look like you, and they copy you. An impersonator here. Then you've got fake accounts, fake social media accounts to spy on you. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And then jackpot, winning money, inheritance, unexpected money. So that's always good to see, right? Unexpected money. Yeah, we'll take it. And look, there you are, Gemini, possibly unbothered. I love this because it is so clear on what you need to do for success, for gained momentum, and for the better direction that you need to take. It's all about quieting your mind, my loves. Okay? Being unbothered, not letting it in there. I love that. And you having time for yourself to formulate your connection to the divine and, you know, really get your spiritual strength up. Now we've got open relationship. This is about no commitment, casual, openness. A mature man. Older male, mature in age. You've also got long distance here with foreign travels and distance. We've got obstacles, blocks, pathways, and delays. And then past love here. So there's a past lover, somebody from in the past that's showing up here for you. Also, friendship is highlighted here with acquaintances, networking, and friends. Okay, that's it for Gemini for that. Show me for Gemini, please. So, crossroads. So there could be a wedding that's of significance, whether it's upcoming, or whether it's for you, or whether it's signifying a marriage that you have been in or are in. Marriage, forever, the one in union. Or it could be a wedding that you're invited to. Something like that. And crossroads, choice, multiple options, turning point, being indecisive. And I told you that some of you could be traveling. And look, bottom of the deck is travel again. Distance, boundaries, far apart, and getaway. And we saw it here too with the long distance. It says right there, foreign themes, distance. Yep. So for some of you, you're going to be traveling. And that will do wonders for your mental state as well. All right. So the crossroads that you're at, use that quiet time to really give yourself solace. So what came out immediately for you was it's time to release negativity with Scorpio. Oh, I'm sorry, I hit the camera. It's time to release negativity with Scorpio, and your dreams need a practical plan. And I love this because this is directly across each other on the zodiacal wheel, Scorpio and Taurus. So you've got the full moon in Taurus and the full moon in Scorpio. That's a lot of full moon energy. So I'm going to see what it says for your Gemini quickly. So the full moon in Scorpio, release negativity. If you've been feeling paranoid or acting weird, take this card as a very direct message from the cosmos, so stop it. Worrying yourself pointless is no way to go. It's time to release negativity you have around the situation. If somebody has been unkind to you, you need to release them. This is an emotionally intense time since both the full moon and Scorpio themselves are both extremely intense. It's time for you to feel all your feelings. There could be some nastiness in the air when you pull this card, and if that's the case, take it as a sign to move away from anyone or anything you feel is toxic. For others, your sex life could be improving now. If you make the effort, use your magic. You have all the need inside you to bring about your desired result. Emote, it's all better out than in. Okay, it can also signify a vindictive end to a relationship. It can also be time when we want to be good, but we're naughty. Your shadow self may be showing. The full moon in Scorpio is also a time of magic. If you were thinking of making some magic, this is your sign to do it. And then we've got the full moon in Taurus. Your dreams need a practical plan. Sometimes you need to weave a bit of magic, and sometimes you need to be practical. You need to find the combination of the two. This card suggests that that is where you are now. You need to use the laws of attraction to draw in what you want by imagining it, expecting it, and welcoming it. You need to balance that with taking down-to-earth steps towards your goals. It's about making something like a list of bullet points about how to achieve your dreams. This card is a great heralder of change in financial fortunes, depending on your past actions and what you're expecting and therefore attracting. Write down 10 things that you know are wonderful about you. All right, the full moon in Taurus is a time to get back to earth, to get grounded, to work through the negative feelings you've been dealing with, and to find a balance between passionate and being overly intense. Money issues may come to a head at the time, but you can take this as a sign to pay more attention to cash flow no matter when you draw it. Pay attention more to your cash flow no matter when you draw this card. All right, Geminis, I really hope these messages resonated for you. Take care, my loves.